My in-laws surrounded me in my kitchen, demanding, transfer this house to our real daughter, not some outsider. Mother-in-law added, blood family comes first. Father-in-law threatened, you'll regret refusing us. Sister-in-law smirked, finally getting what's mine. I said, over my dead body? My husband added, then plan a funeral, because we're not moving. Their shocked faces were priceless when security cameras caught their threats. Pause. What happened next? We need to have a serious conversation, and since you ran away on Sunday, we're bringing the conversation to you. Get out of my house, I said, my voice shaking with anger and honestly a little fear. 3 people surrounding me in my own kitchen felt incredibly intimidating and invasive. Our house, technically, Wendy said with that same smug smile. Like we explained, family money went into this place. Robert crossed his arms. Tess, let's be reasonable here. Wendy needs this house more than you do. You and Stephen are young, you can start over anywhere. But Wendy needs stability and a place where she belongs. She belongs in her own apartment that she pays for with her own job, I snapped. Linda stepped closer. You're being selfish and stubborn. This house is too big for just 2 people anyway. Wendy could really make use of all this space. For what? She doesn't work, she doesn't have hobbies, she just sits around feeling sorry for herself. Wendy's fake sweet voice turned nasty. At least I don't have to spread my legs to get a place to live. I saw red. Excuse me? Robert held up his hand. Now, let's not get personal. The point is, Tess, you need to do the right thing here. Transfer the house to Wendy. It's what's best for the family. I'm not transferring anything to anyone. This is my house, that Stephen and I bought together, with our money, and our credit, and our signatures on the mortgage. Linda's voice turned cold and threatening. Tess, honey, you don't seem to understand the situation you're in. You're not blood family. You're just someone Stephen married. That can change. But Wendy will always be his sister. You'd be smart to keep that in mind. Are you threatening me? I'm telling you the truth, Linda continued. Stephen's loyalty should be to his real family. And if you keep standing in the way of what's best for Wendy, you're going to regret it. Wendy stepped forward with this horrible satisfied smirk. Finally, someone's going to get what's rightfully mine. This house, Stephen's attention, his loyalty, it should all belong to his real family, not some outsider who trapped him with marriage. I was shaking with rage. Over my dead body. That's when I heard Stephen's voice from the doorway. Then plan a funeral, because we're not moving. The look of shock on all 3 of their faces was absolutely priceless. They clearly hadn't expected Stephen to come home and catch them in the act of intimidating me in our own kitchen. Stephen. Linda immediately switched to her fake sweet voice. We were just trying to have a reasonable conversation with Tess about the house situation. By breaking into our home and cornering my wife? Stephen's voice was deadly calm, which honestly was scarier than if he'd been yelling. Robert tried to take control. Son, we used your spare key. We're family. We needed to make Tess understand. Understand what? That you're all completely insane? Stephen walked over and stood beside me. Tess, are you okay? I'm fine now that you're here, I said, still gripping that wooden spoon like a weapon. Wendy tried her crying act again. Stephen, please, I just need help. I need somewhere to live, and you have this big house that Tess and I work our asses off to afford. Stephen